Would it be possible and make sense to combine a COVID vaccine booster with a flu shot in a single, annual dose? The only downside to this is that if the current anti-COVID vaccine sentiment keeps up, that could decrease flu vaccine rates. Additionally, it may depend on how many doses COVID ends up needing in a season per year. I have a slightly different take than some of these answers. The flu needs an annual shot because the 4 viruses in the flu shot change so much from year to year. Look up antigenic drift versus shift for flu. Right now, we need boosters for COVID-19 for 2 reasons. 1. We don't know what antibody levels correlate to protection to severe disease, and 2. There is a large reservoir of people in which the virus can mutate. Most vaccines against viruses are only given over a 2 to 4 shot series in childhood, which confers lifetime protection. Other vaccines like DTaP have to be given every 10 years to maintain protection. There is every reason to believe that, eventually, we will not need annual shots for COVID-19. Please go easy on me if this is an ignorant question. I don't really know how all of this works beyond common knowledge. And I don't really know how to word it in a way that makes sense. But if you can get the vaccine and the booster at the same time, why wouldn't they start manufacturing the vaccine to include the booster? So you just get the one shot? Again, sorry if that obviously doesn't make sense to those that understand the inner workings of it all. Woman Boeing. There is a potential argument for this, but making this happen is likely impossible. You would have to reformulate for the combo shot, which may very difficult. Also, they would have to come from the same company. Don't know if Moderna works on flu. Pfizer used to work on flu, not sure if they're still in it. Then you would have to run a more complicated safety study in PH1. The list goes on, but you can see it's not as simple as just combining the 2 current shots into one injection. A further question, cause I'm legitimately curious. If Moderna or Pfizer make both flu and COVID vaccines, what would be stopping them from mixing them together where they produce vaccines? The flu shot is already a combination of treatments, targeted at 3 to 4 variants. What is the issue of adding one more? It's possible, but there are other aspects to consider. Some research has shown that waiting for at least 4 to 6 months between injections produces a stronger immune response. It's called immune memory. In a nutshell, the initial series of 2 injections primes your immune system, and after about 6 months, it's learned how to make stronger antibodies in case it ever encounters that pathogen again. The booster helps the immune system deploy those stronger antibodies. Putting a vaccine and a booster together into one injection isn't particularly helpful, at least initially, because your immune system won't have had enough time to prepare those stronger antibodies, so the booster will essentially be wasted. It's like chewing 2 pieces of gum at once. The flavor is initially stronger, but if you want it to last longer, it's a better idea to wait for a while before you start on the second stick. TLDR. Combining a vaccine and a booster doesn't necessarily create a more effective vaccine or provide stronger protection against future infections. Removed. So I got the COVID booster and the flu shot at the same time at my local pharmacy. Absolutely possible to do, but think about how well you handle shots. I was miserably sick for a while before my body adjusted to both shots. 100% yes. It's probably what's going to happen. We used to have trivalent flu shots that protected against 3 strains of flu. Since H1N1 became a thing, we now have quadrivalent, protects against 4 types. I don't see why a pentavalent vaccine wouldn't be a thing. It's only a matter of time barring contraindications. Single dose yes, annual dose no. Though I posit they remain separate vaccines, so we see a yearly flu and semi-annual or quarterly COVID update. Or we would if people actually wanted to be done with this. Enough apparently think they can soldier on without the help of modern medicine to rescind a Black Plague situation. Yet all they do is induce it by rejecting science and reason. Removed.